Bam! Bam! What's up, guys? Not Super Mario here, and welcome back to WandaVision Episode 9 recap, or let's say the whole show. We're gonna recap the whole show, and once again, Matisse Valentine is here. Hey! How's it going, Matisse? How was your day? Even though I know, but for the stream I have to ask.
It's been raining. It's not fun.
It's not fun. Well,
it's cold.
How? I mean, we were watching Superman. No, we were watching WandaVision.
I mean, we kind of were watching Superman. Like the fight between Vision and Vision was kind of
Superman-like,
Man of Steelish.
Sure. But yeah, everybody, welcome to the stream. Say hello in the chat, or don't. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Well, don't do that. That's kind of not a good idea. Anyway, we are here to talk about the finale of WandaVision, episode 9. There's no 10th episode. Matisse says hello in the chat, so that's good. Yeah, I think that after, 9 weeks? 8 weeks, because we got the first two together. 9. Yeah. 8 weeks. We are now at the end of WandaVision. If you don't want to know any spoilers, still watch this stream, but on mute, because we're gonna go into heavy spoilers. We're gonna talk about the show as a whole. Was it good? Was it not? What was the best part? What was the worst part? We're gonna talk about everything. But let's first start with our overall thoughts of this episode, the finale. Matisse, start.
Yeah, it was good. How about you?
It was good. I think, was it perfect? No, it wasn't perfect. Was it bad? No, it wasn't bad. It was very good. I'm not gonna say it was just okay. It was very good.
It was sexy though.
It was sexy though. I can admit that.
That white vision, man.
Oh my god! Vision, yeah.
He do be thick.
Yeah, he.
But what I meant to say is this isn't my favorite episode by any means. But I had so much fun.
Yeah, completely agree.
It touched me. It touched me in all the right places. It like tickled me, and I felt some stuff.
Why is this so sensual? We are talking about WandaVision, not some freaking I don't know. I mean, like you said, it isn't the best episode, which was like every single previous episode we were like, this one is the best, this one is the best, this one is the best. And now this wasn't the best. And I think that I'm not even surprised that it wasn't the best, because all of the hype, all of the theories, all of the speculation, all of the things that we wanted in the finale, like 99% weren't there. And I'm not mad about it. Honestly, I don't care. There was no engineer, there was no big cameo, there was no Mephisto, there was... who was this big actor? People were asking. Yeah, it was Paul Bettany. I mean, he was trolling this whole time. Just get over it. It was funny. It's sarcastic. I love it. And I think that the cameo, we already talked about it, that Elizabeth Olsen was talking, that Luke Skywalker was Evan Peters.
Yeah.
So people just have to get over the fact that Marvel was just trolling us. And I think that fans I'm not gonna say they deserve it, but they should expect that with all the social media stuff and all the theorizing, they're gonna try and troll us so much that you should just get used to it. I don't know. But yeah, were you mad that there was no engineer or no big cameo or no Mephisto?
No. I wasn't expecting engineer. Didn't really care if we're gonna get Mephisto. I didn't think that we're gonna get another big bad guy. The thing that made me most disappointed was the fact that Evan Peters was just a random boner.
So let's start with this. Let's start with probably the most underwhelming part of this episode.
Yeah.
Like we said, I honestly didn't care if we don't get Mephisto, if there's no big cameo, if everything was just a big troll. But one thing that, not that I didn't like, but I was kind of like, oh, you bastards, you big bastards, you tricked us in the most weird way, in a way. Evan Peters was actually playing Ralph Boner. We get a dick joke.
Yep.
Which I will say, I don't mind. He's not the Quicksilver that we thought he is. But I think that what they did with the character was kind of like too big of a fuck you to the fans, I think.
Yeah, I also didn't mind his boner. But... like, wait, what? Who said that? Who said that? No, I meant, because of the after credit scene in episode 7, it seemed like he's gonna be like, he was very threatening, like Snooper's gonna snoop and everything, but he was just like some goofy guy who was playing guitar in his place. How did this guy like take Monica Rambeau, who's like this newborn superhero? So maybe I would like to see, even if he wasn't Pietro and he was just Agatha's helper or henchman, at least have them be in the same room together, kind of like, when Agatha is talking about her plan, just have Ralph in there being like in the corner having some goofy one-liners, or I don't know. But yeah, and we don't even get like much of him in this episode. I mean, he's just like in that room and that's it.
And also the first time when Monica is trying to escape, he can easily like use his powers and does the thing and protect like that she's not able to escape. And then the second time that she does it, she's all of a sudden very capable of beating him. And then we see that Agatha was all along like controlling him with this necklace that he had around his neck. But honestly, did you notice the necklace in any other episodes? Because I do not remember the necklace from other episodes.
No, I don't.
So I think that at the end, if you look what they did with Evan Peters, I think that was too big of a troll, and I can understand why people are kind of mad at how Marvel dealt with this big surprise of Evan Peters, who has played Quicksilver in other universe, bring him here and not being absolutely nobody. I think I said in like fifth. Wait, where was the big cameo? Like, when did he?
I think it was number 5. Yeah,
I think I said that maybe he could be just this bystander that was in the Westview and is now part of this big shenanigans that Agatha or Wanda and that. Because I thought that Wanda is controlling everything.
But it was a genius move on Kevin Feige's part, because if it was just a random actor being like, "Oh, look, it's Pietro," none of us would believe it.
Yeah.
But because they chose Evan Peters from X-Men movies, like, it was genius.
Yeah.
Like, it was absolutely genius. I can't be mad at them because it was just so like flawlessly done. It kept us guessing. But if it was just a random schmo, like there, oh, hey, can I hug my sister? We would be like, who's that? Like, he's saying he's Pietro, but we clearly know he's not.
Yeah.
And it was, like, great.
Yeah, like Marvel knew that with casting Evan Peters in this role, people are gonna go crazy. The multiverse has opened. This is X-Men. We are gonna get Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, everybody back. But at the end, I think this is the confirmation that in this MCU, on this Earth, because honestly, we haven't been introduced to the multiverse as it is in the comics, like this universe. I don't think we're gonna get any of the Fox X-Men on this Earth, and that the X-Men, when they do appear in the MCU, are gonna be recasted. So I think that we're gonna get the new Professor X, new Magneto, new Wolverine. I think this casting of Evan Peters and at the end being absolutely nobody, I think kind of confirms that when they do start with X-Men, they're gonna do it from scratch. I think so.
But yeah, and did you see the rumor about the X-Men thing?
No, I didn't.
They're about to call it. Apparently, like, the working title is The Mutants.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds badass to me.
Yeah, sure.
And it's gonna be about X-Men.
like I always said, I was never a huge fan of X-Men franchise in the first place. But I would like if they bring them, when they bring them into the MCU, I think they have to do like Harry Potter style, like from scratch, from young mutants, and then develop them into like a team going against whoever they're gonna go against. But at the end of the day, also there's no explanation where Evan Peters is now. I mean,
he's Ralph Boner.
But was he from Westview?
Yeah. It was his house. Like, she find the receipt or something?
Yeah, there was something.
It was his house. It was like, doesn't she say it wasn't Agatha's house? It was your house.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So it was. Yeah, it was explained pretty well. Yeah, he was a resident there in Westview.
So that was, I think, in my opinion, the most underwhelming part.
Yeah, like disappointing. Yeah, you go just like shame.
Just not. I don't mind that he's a nobody, but the way they handle this Ralph Boner part, I think it was not immature, but kind of like I said, it is funny. It is funny, but too big of a fuck you to the fans, I think. Maybe when it settles, people are gonna be more okay with it, what they did with Evan Peters. But for me, it was a little bit underwhelming. But everything else, I think it was an awesome episode, like we said at the beginning. Not the best, but still awesome. Let's just begin at the start. We start immediately after the previous episode ended. So we see Wanda and what's her name? Goddamn Agatha fighting for a little bit. Then the White Vision comes, and he's like, "I thought you're gonna be a stronger opponent or something like that." And
they told me you were powerful.
Something like that. And he starts to squish her head, and then our Vision, the good Vision, comes in. And we get Vision versus Vision, which was awesome to see. And that is the big cameo, the big actor that Paul Bettany was talking this whole time, working with himself. I think perfect role. Like I said, I loved it.
I love Paul Bettany so much more now because of that.
And also, I think that this show proved that Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen are amazing actors. And if people were questioning, where's the multiverse? What is this actually about? This show was about Vision and Wanda and their arc.
And who would have thought, huh?
I mean, it's in the title.
Certainly not from the title.
I mean, and people are now mad about it, that it doesn't open the doors to this and this and this. I mean,
it's annoying.
It's annoying. It's annoying to me as well. I mean, we just got Wanda Maximoff she's Scarlet Witch. She beat one of the badass witches ever from 1697. I don't know how old she is. She becomes Scarlet Witch. She proves how powerful she is, even though she's still discovering her powers. She doesn't really know what her powers are. And I loved this arc from being this heartbroken, and she still is. I mean, she lost everybody again.
Definitely one of the most tragic characters in the entire MCU. I would say
she starts with losing, with nobody there, and she recreates and creates everybody back, and now she's back alone again.
Yeah, but also if you go further than that, like she starts. Yeah, of course, her parents die and everything. She sacrifices a lot of her own personality and stuff for these experiments. Then her brother dies. Then she kills a whole bunch of people in Civil War. It's a tortured character, and I'm so happy. How can somebody be disappointed just because there weren't some big cameos in there and a whole bunch of setup for different things? What we got was a very human story that explored these two characters like never before, I would say. I never thought that Vision was much of a character in any previous movies.
True.
In Infinity War, I'm not pumping myself up. Oh yeah, it's gonna be the scene with Vision. It's not like one of my favorite parts of that movie. Like, he was cool and everything, but never one of my favorite characters. But this one just like elevated him so much for me. I loved him in this show. Paul Bettany is
Awesome.
an absolute treasure, I would say. Both of them are. Elizabeth Olsen absolutely nailed it in this, and her character was so well developed here. And I felt a lot throughout these last 2 episodes. If we are going to explore even more of that in the future movies and series, or I don't know, just bring it on.
Yeah, completely agree. I think that people who are now mad that it didn't open the door to anything else in Phase 4. Come on, we just got one of the most powerful character in the MCU in full form. Yes, not knowing what her powers can do, and even though when she will control her powers, she's dealing with chaos magic, which means chaotic. She's when she reads the whole book of whatever that book is, she's still Darkhold, something like that. Yeah, she's still not gonna be able to control everything. That's why she's so powerful. And to say that that's nothing, that doesn't mean anything for the future of MCU, I mean, what the heck? I mean, they show that she can be a villain and a good character at the same time, because she's so tragic and traumatized by everything that happened to her. I mean, Vision died 3 times in front of her. So her love has died in front of her for 3 times. How the hell is that not an arc and tragedy and all those things that make characters amazing? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Why would people think like that? But I mean, everybody has the right to have their own opinion. But I can understand if people say that this one was underwhelming. But to be completely honest, all the theorizing and predictions made this episode underwhelming.
Yeah, it ruins it for you, definitely. And I was saying that 6 years ago, not 5.5 years ago, in my Force Awakens review. Even that so many people are going to be disappointed just because they created entire movie in their heads already. And of course it's gonna be different than that, and that's why so many people get disappointed by this stuff. And I never that's why I never like any of the theorizing and stuff. Yeah, it's cool to hear certain theories and be but I never give much focus to them. So yeah, I don't know. I thought this was a really good way to end this show, and nothing felt out of place to me, at least in this.
I mean, if we were talking beforehand, we wanted some answers. Does this episode answer any of the questions we had before? Not really. Kind of gives us more questions. Now we are what's gonna happen with Wanda? Where are the kids? Where's White Vision? He disappeared. Is Agatha gonna appear again? I mean, she's not gone. She's just gonna be playing this character in Westview forever, or until Wanda decides otherwise. What does that mean for the future of Doctor Strange? I mean, there's so much stuff that this episode opened. But yeah, the biggest questions that people had just because of the theories were not answered. No engineer, the cameo, we know what the cameo is. There's no Mephisto. Yes, there was a lot of Mephisto hints, but honestly, why the heck they wouldn't put them in if they plan on having Mephisto or some other character in the future? People were just people were just so obsessed with this one thing, and when they don't get it and it's a bit different, they are disappointed. But how can you be disappointed if you didn't? I mean, I don't understand people and when they are predicting and theorizing about things that are possibly not gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely. People more and more, I think, start confusing Easter eggs for setups.
Yeah.
In Iron Man 2, you have Captain America's shield. like certainly some people when they saw that in the theater were like, "Ooh, is Captain America showing up in this movie?" But no, it was a fun Easter egg. In Age of Ultron, they mentioned Wakanda, and like there's no Black Panther in that movie. So yeah, it was like it is kind of a setup, but it's at that moment it's a fun Easter egg. Like people are saying that they saw Mephisto in the Loki trailer. And if Mephisto isn't part of Loki, a whole bunch of people will be disappointed again. So
I think this show has proven that all the shows that we are getting, like there's hundreds of them, we are gonna get some hints to what's gonna happen in the movies or what means that for the future. But they're gonna be contained stories about the characters that the show is about, which means Falcon and Winter Soldier is gonna be about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yes, I'm sure there's going to be bigger consequences, like for WandaVision. I mean, the line when Agatha says, "You don't know what you just did," there has to be some implications for the future of MCU, for sure. But that doesn't mean we're going to see these implications at the end of WandaVision. I mean, and when people are, like, I read some tweets about like, oh, this would be so much better if it would be a movie because they had to put like Mephisto in it or something. I mean, we just got a 6-hour movie. What are you complaining about?
And so Phase 4 just started. Like, give it time. It's like watching the Avengers, the first movie, and be like, they're fighting Loki's army and everything. But wait, we're gonna have also Thanos show up in the first movie and the Infinity Gauntlet and everything. There's time for that in the future, and so don't rush it.
Yeah, and also, if you remember, if there wouldn't be any Corona, this would be the fifth entry in MCU.
I think it's somewhere around there,
Phase 4, which means first was Black Widow, then Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then Shang-Chi, then in Eternals, and then...
Eternals was before Shang-Chi.
I mean, maybe they are like Eternals, then Shang-Chi.
Because Shang-Chi is still filming.
No, it's done for like half a year already.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Anyway, it was the fifth or fourth or sixth like entry in the Phase 4, which means I think that Black Widow is not gonna be like it's not gonna have as much implications for the future of MCU than WandaVision has.
Yeah, so, I mean it's a flashback movie anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be things that are gonna be then explained in future movies, but it's not gonna be as big in like sense of I don't know. Than Avengers.
Sure.
I don't know what was I trying to say. It's like expecting Black Panther in the first Iron Man. Greg, sure. I mean, I don't know.
Greg, you and your stupid takes. No, we know him. It's fine.
It's fine. We are just kidding. But I mean, people are expecting things that are not gonna happen. They are just theorizing, and I understand when you're a huge fan of something, you want something to happen. But don't be mad at the creators that it didn't happen because they decided that it's not about that.
People are so like, it doesn't make any sense that Doctor Strange doesn't show up here. Hey,
like we're gonna go.
Wanda will show up in Doctor Strange.
We're gonna get to that.
I know.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, okay.
But let's talk more about Vision. So we get Vision versus Vision, and then they elaborate. And people were like, "Did this slow the show down?" What? I mean, it's robot versus robot, and they're very smart robots. What?
He was kind of doing the same thing with Ultron.
Yeah.
They were discussing stuff.
I don't know. And then the good Vision shows the bad Vision all the memories that they share, because the bad Vision is actually the good Vision before he dies, just his body, and the good Vision from the inside of the hex is the creation of Wanda, and has only memories of the hex and nothing else. So I'm wondering, there's a question for you. Why was the Wanda's Vision able to give him or open him the memories that he didn't live?
I think it's similar to how he awakened the people. I think that all of that stuff was still because he says it that all those memories are still in you, kept from you. He says something in that context.
True.
So I think that I think that also with him touching him and awakening his memories, I think that also our Wanda's vision kind of like got all of those memories back, because he didn't remember much. He only remembered what Darcy told him, right?
Yeah, true.
So
he opened up the potential that he had, and it was kept from him, like you said. And that explains it. So now we have the new Vision, who has all the memories and all the I think what Hayward was trying to do was to make what Ultron was trying to do. This robot who's very powerful, very smart, knows pretty much everything, can infiltrate in any system. But now we have the Vision we had before Infinity War, before he dies. But I don't think that the emotional part is gonna be there. Because the good Vision just showed him the memories, but without the Infinity Stone, he's more robotic, more stoic. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be interesting in the future. But what do you think? Where did he go? He just whoa, bye bye.
Yeah, I don't know. He's gonna probably return in future.
Yeah.
What would be the perfect thing for him
to confuse Wanda again, probably Doctor Strange.
Oh, I think they're going to do it so soon. I don't know.
Doctor Strange comes out next year, May, June, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where. There's potential for him to be anywhere. He's one of the most powerful beings in the MCU, and he's now being rebuilt or was rebuilded. So that's gonna be interesting. What's there? Oh, let's talk about the costume. Wanda's costume as Scarlet Witch is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I was blown away by it. I think the design is incredible. She looks hot as hell, and she looks like a badass
queen.
Yeah, she is. She showcases that in this episode, the finale. But also, what this finale did for Wanda's character is that when she is not in control of her powers, and when she decides to be really bad and cruel, she can be. And I think they're gonna explore that in the future, probably already in Doctor Strange 2, because what she did with Westview was creepy as hell. She controlled everybody. She put her nightmares into their heads. People were
not intentionally,
but still, when she is able to do that intentionally, that could be a problem. So I think they're gonna explore her powers more and more, and she's gonna learn more and more now with reading the worst of the books. I didn't do much research on the book, but it's supposed to be the worst of the worst books, so she shouldn't be learning out of that. But hopefully Doctor Strange is gonna show her the path she should be on, but who knows what's gonna happen there. What did you think about the costume? I love it.
Yeah, I liked the material. I just wanted to touch it. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Yeah,
it's just that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Wanda has. What she went through is pretty understandable. That with her powers, even though she didn't know what her powers actually are, that she did what she did. It was awesome to see her finally understanding, especially that scene in the town where everybody is going after her when Agatha opens their minds. That was scary looking, and then she realizes what she did, tries to get them out, but with opening the hex, Vision and the kids are not able to exist, which was once again very, very sad.
Yeah, and it always works if you put choices to characters. Like if you give them choices that they have to decide between this thing or the other. I think that that's really like good when it comes to character writing and stuff. And yeah, like she was once again presented with a choice here, like save the people or and to lose like what you love the most, or other way around. Or I mean, she in that moment decided to save her own, like, but then at the end she realized that she needed to let go of that.
Yeah, so let's talk about the end. Yeah, when she finally realizes what she did and she beats Agatha and decides for her to be here in Westview playing this noisy neighbor. She decides to get rid of the hex, which means that the kids are no more, and of course Vision is no more, even though we have the new Vision. So Vision is still there. But it was so hard. That was probably I felt her character much more here than I did in the previous episode, even though the previous one was already like very touchy-feely and not happy at all. But to see this tragic character go in a full circle from being alone to once again being alone, it wasn't good. It got me. It really did.
Yeah, it was like heartbreaking when like all of the stuff disappears and she's just at that property, like in the previous episode when she arrived there. And it also goes with the with the flashback of her saying like at the end of the episode, you realize it was all a bad dream. It kind of like feels like that, she just came there and like all of that happened kind of felt like a dream. I know it really happened, so
but
don't come at me, but you know what I mean. Like it just felt like now it was like real, like I was like I'm here and everything is as it was before.
And then we get to the let's check the chat, because I see the chat saying something. I still don't get what does the white Vision has on his head. He has no mind stone like the memory Vision, and why was he more powerful than the memory Vision? I mean,
I think he has some kind of thing that powers him.
Yeah, probably something like that. And I don't think he was more powerful than like the good Vision. I mean, they were kind of on par, so I wouldn't say he was more powerful. I mean, I don't think that's the case. The problem with the show was almost half of the series was wasted on boring sitcom stuff. If you ask me, wasn't wasted on sitcom stuff.
Completely disagree. You get a full-on payoff with that in the previous episode, in episode 8, when you see what sitcoms meant in her life. It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, and it really gave us like a 180 from what we know of MCU, and it was really quirky, really funny, but creepy at times, especially the dinner scene in the, was it first episode? Yeah. I think that I like that they went a bit slower with the story. And I could agree that maybe the last two were kind of rushed. Maybe like the first two could be one episode, maybe. But I think that the payoff that we got in the previous episode was so well deserved and nicely done that I really don't mind, and I like that they went with sitcom stuff.
Yeah, and also you have to look at what that does for the universe of the character. Like ever since she was young, they were kind of looking at look up at these like sitcoms. It meant like they were teaching English, they were learning English, and it was kind of like a fantasy for their like life that they can never have, or I don't know, of a nicer life.
Yeah,
and it was something that stayed with her through her entire life. She was watching the sitcoms even in the Avengers compound, as you see in the previous episode.
I mean, it kind of shows that the best parts of her life were connected to sitcoms when she was watching them with her parents in Sokovia, when she was just with Vision sitting on the bed and watching Malcolm in the Middle, and it kind of shows that how tragic her life was, and that the sitcoms were the only thing that she kind of found happiness in that. And I think that was really nicely done. And I think that, yes, like I said, maybe first two could be only one episode, and then they would decide to make the big finale in the last 3 episodes, not the last 2. Maybe the pacing was maybe problematic when you look at the show now that we have all 9 episodes. I wouldn't disagree with that, but still, I think that the payoff was too good to just say that it was wasted. Isaac says, we have to remember this is just the start of a trilogy. We have to wait for Spidey 3 and Doctor Strange 2. People want answers in the first part of this trilogy, so people must be patient.
I'm kind of disagreeing. I don't expect for Spider-Man 3 to be a sequel to this. I don't think it will be. Yes. I think it's more of a Far From Home sequel.
Yes, it does has Doctor Strange in it, but that doesn't mean anything. And also, all the rumors haven't been confirmed. Yes, there's been rumors Jamie Foxx is in it, Molina, Dafoe, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, multiverse, blah, blah, blah. There hasn't been confirmation. And I know if there's no multiverse thing in Spider-Man 3, people are gonna be very, very upset now. So I do hope that in some way Spider-Man 3 deals with multiverse in some capacity, because I think that with so much hype behind it, I think that Spider-Man 3 is one of those movies that it could be the first movie that can break MCU in a way. Maybe not in a good way.
Yeah, it can be like the most hated movie for sure, if it's no multiverse in there.
I mean, because nobody has said, who knows, maybe they're working on a Spider-Man show. Nobody has said otherwise, and so...
that's for sure.
I mean, I don't know why the heck not. So, I mean, I wouldn't, like Matit said, I wouldn't be... don't be surprised if Spider-Man 3 is not what people are expecting Spider-Man 3 to be. Yes, there's so many implications, all the rumors, now we have the title No Way Home, but that doesn't mean that he is some other universe. He can be now in Paris or whatever.
Come on, Far From Home indicates more of a multiverse than No Way Home, I would say.
I mean, yeah.
What do you think? So, yeah, it could be anything.
So don't expect too much from Spider-Man 3. Even though, yes, I am excited. Do I want to see all those rumors to be true? Yeah, sure. Who wouldn't be? I mean, give me Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, or I don't know, Green Goblins, like Willem Dafoe. That would be amazing. But look what they did with Evan Peters as Quicksilver. Yeah. As Quicksilver, in quotation. Don't be surprised if Alfred Molina is in Spider-Man 3 and he's playing completely different character.
Yeah.
Because
we were talking about that. Yeah, people are expecting. There will be Spider-Man's lawyer, and and we're gonna have like a mention. I gotta meet with my lawyer, and people will be like, okay, here comes Daredevil, and it's Alfred Molina playing a random lawyer.
I mean,
that could happen.
I mean, completely agree. And also, you have to understand, multiverse works in a way that if Alfred Molina was Doc Ock in the Tobey Maguire's universe, doesn't mean that Alfred Molina is the same character in MCU. Yes, they can bring him and pull him in, like Doctor Strange does some shenanigans and we get Doc Ock, but that doesn't mean that Alfred Molina is gonna play Doc Ock. So I think that all the rumors, especially Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx, are true, and we are gonna see them in Spider-Man 3. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're not playing the characters they played before. Even though Jamie Foxx said he's gonna play Electro again. I mean, I honestly...
But it also could be the troll moment that Paul Bettany had.
I mean, he could play Electro... I mean, that he is a part of a company that does... And the company is called Electro or something.
Sure.
I don't know. So don't be surprised if it's not...
Yeah, dude, that first trailer... That's gonna be like an event in
I
itself.
think that the first trailer is gonna show us absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna tell you overall what the plot will be, and if in that first trailer isn't anything about multiverse, don't count on it. I say.
So yeah, that's the case. Don't anticipate too much. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. I think that MCU Phase 4 started really well, and I think it's gonna be even more amazing moving forward. But we still have to talk about a little bit WandaVision Episode 9 post-credit scene. We haven't talked about them. The first one has Monica Rambeau, which we didn't talk about Monica Rambeau at all. She puts her in front of the kids and saves them, even though they kind of can save themselves because they have powers. But we now see that she is bulletproof, even though the bullets went through her. So that was awesome to see. People yet again, oh, this is not like Photon is in the comics, or what the heck does that mean? I mean,
oh, I can't stand it. We're once again, we're not gonna name any names, but there are people saying, like, how did she know that bullets won't hurt her? I mean, like, Steve Rogers didn't know that bomb that Tommy Lee Jones threw was a fake, and he like threw himself on it. Like, it just shows the heroic like personality of a character.
I mean that's the point. They are heroes.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean Batman went in Batman v Superman. Ben Affleck went into a crushing building. How he could have known that he wouldn't get crushed by it?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so why she did it? Well, she is a hero. She is an agent of Sword, or now she's something more. And she was like, I did a superhero landing. I went through the hex and nothing happened to me. I can see purple. So me myself, if I had all those powers or those things that happened to me like they did to Monica, I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna do it as well. So I don't know why people are kind of like, why she did that. I mean, if that was my kid, I would throw myself in front of the bullet. I mean, so I don't know. But it's awesome to see her. I mean, Monica is one of those characters that I didn't have any expectations before WandaVision. And I think they did a really good job with her.
I was also thinking about that. It's like a very nice way to kind of like get the origin story out of the way, if you know what I mean. Like, it didn't feel shoehorned in. It didn't feel forced. If this was a feature-length movie, it would kind of feel forced, you know, if you would have a 2-hour movie and just like 1-minute scene where she transforms and that's it. But I think that they did it nicely here, and there is much more. I don't know what that's set up, but I don't think it's Captain Marvel 2. I think it's more of a secret invasion, right? Set up.
I mean, it kind of indicates the Skrulls are among us. I mean, among all the people in the MCU, so you never know when a Skrull is gonna appear. The character they were talking about, in my opinion, is Nick Fury. That's the friend of her mother, so I think that's the case. And we see Nick Fury at the end of Far From Home in this space shuttle, whatever it is. So I think that's it. I will say the post-credit scene was nice, but wasn't like, oh my god, this is...
Yeah, sure. But, most of the post-credit scenes are like that.
I mean, like, look at the Ant-Man and the Wasp second post-credit scene with the ant. I mean...
Yeah, but I mean, like, not a lot of, like... if you have to name, like, your top, like, 5 post-credit scenes, of course, there is at least 5 that are really good. But, like, there are also post-credit scenes in these movies that are just kind of like, a small hint. Like,
I mean, you cannot compare, like, this post-credit scene with the post-credit scene in Infinity War. I mean,
of course, that Infinity War was, like, still part of the story and everything.
I mean, I think it's just an indication where we are gonna possibly see Monica Rambeau next. Is that Miss Marvel? Is that Captain Marvel 2? Is that possibly Secret Invasion? Who knows? But one thing is for sure, I really liked Monica Rambeau's character. And I cannot wait to see more of Tiana Paris, because I think she did an amazing job with the character. Moving on to the second post-credit scene, we get to see Wanda in a shack in, I don't know where. Some people are saying in Sokovia, but Sokovia is destroyed, so I don't know how's that possible. And we see her brewing tea, and then she is reading a book, Darkhold, out of herself. Like she's not
what? Wait, what?
she is not she is that form, I don't know what's called, astro form, and learning all the whatever are in that book. And at the end we hear "Mom, help," and we see her glow her eyes and the red purple thing happens, and that's the end.
Mephisto, everybody!
Yeah, Mephisto. I'm not surprised we're gonna get the kids back. I'm not surprised by that. If she was capable of making Vision and the kids in the Hex, if she learns how to use her powers, why she wouldn't be able to do that outside the Hex? And the kids are very big characters in the comics, so I'm not surprised that we're gonna get that. Don't know anything about the book except that it's the worst of the worst to even learn from, and it learns the worst parts of the chaos magic. So does that indicate she's gonna be the villain moving forward? Who knows? I think that this show showed us that she can be a villain and a good character at the same time, so you never know what's gonna happen with that. But of course, again, that book kind of shows us that multiverse part. Yet again, I think people are looking into this too much.
You know what? I keep thinking more and more that like the only movie that's gonna have any multiverse in it is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. No, like
I mean, probably. I would.
You know, because Far From Home trailer, there's a multiverse with Mysterio and everything, and that turned out to be the lie. And just Spider-Man 3 is gonna be a regular Spider-Man movie.
I mean,
it's gonna be so funny.
People are so obsessed with J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, at the end of the Far Home, it goes exactly the same as we talked about Alfred Molina and all the rumors. J. Jonah Jameson can exist in the multiverse on every single Earth. Yes, I mean, it's very convenient that he's playing the same character, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. We can have two J. Jonah Jameson. One is in Tobey Maguire's universe, and one we have here. Why is he played by, what's his name? Oh my god.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. Why the heck not? I mean, why not? He's an amazing actor. He played the role for the first time amazingly, so why he wouldn't do it for the second time? So people just need to stop looking so much into the small details that can mean something. Wait for the multiverse to happen, and if then doesn't make sense, then be angry.
By the way, things that haven't been confirmed whatsoever also.
Yeah, which one?
Like, I mean, people look at some like set photos and set videos and everything, and are already like, you know, when they were seeing all of those missing kids posters in the Spider-Man set photos, and everybody's like, "Oh, WandaVision doesn't have any kids. Like, what's going on with that?" I mean.
Let's go through the chat again. And you're right, the Darkhold was another thing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and here Agatha shows another different Darkhold book, so MCU is doing their own versions of everything. Yes. I mean, they have all the freedom, they have pretty much all the characters right now. They have X-Men, they have Fantastic Four back, they have Deadpool, so sure. What bothered me more is that made Hayward so evil he shot point blank at two small kids. He has to be unreasonable evil guy. I mean, I don't know why people were so defensive I mean, he is an evil guy. He sent White Vision inside the Hex to kill Wanda. He wanted to kill Wanda, so why he wouldn't want to kill the kids?
And also, you can I don't know if it was episode 5. They like portray him as the guy who really doesn't like superheroes.
Yeah.
He doesn't like people with abilities, and
I know,
and now he's seeing like these two kids who are, by the way, attacking his military folk, and he can see like extension of Wanda. So like he decided to.
And also, I think we're gonna see more of Hayward because he knew. I
don't need him.
I don't need him, but I think the character that we've been presented, he knew much more about Wanda's powers than Wanda did, which I think is interesting. Then he, I think that there is some personal thing about superheroes that why he hates them so much. I don't think he's like just this random guy who hates superheroes.
But I wouldn't really expect for them to develop Hayward. Like he's this boss special agent guy. I mean, why do we need a character for him? Come on.
I mean, we don't need it.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
I mean, I don't think it was an unreasonable thing for Hayward to try to shoot point blank 2 kids. He was trying to kill Wanda. That was his intention. Firstly, he was trying to get Wanda to use powers so he can revive Vision, and he did. And when he got to that point, he was just trying to kill Wanda. So I don't think that's unreasonable.
And what are we saying, guys? Like, write down in the chat. Yes, Hayward will return, or no, we will never see him again.
Let's see that in the chat.
Just write yes or no.
The Darkhold makes sense because it brings heck demons, vampires, which makes sense because of Blade movie and Ghost Rider too, but that's in the comics. Let's see what they do. Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm sure this Darkhold whatever is gonna make sense or appear in other movies.
It's confirmed Ghost Rider in the
I would love that.
In the second Doctor Strange movie, Ghost Rider will be in there, Blade will be in there, Morbius will be in there. I can't wait, people.
So let's now move to the questions that I have and a lot of people have after the whole season. And please leave it in the chat what are your answers to those questions. Why were the kids in the Westview kept inside? We were questioning that when we watched the episode, and we get that Dottie scene where she explains, like, leave my daughter out of the room. Why is she in there? Why was Wanda doing that? Why didn't she want any kids outside? Even though she had them outside on the in the Halloween episode. But why do you think she doesn't like kids?
I don't know, man.
Was that even Wanda's doing, or was it Agatha?
Oh yeah, that might be. Yeah, but with the that witches don't like kids, like that's like a stereotypical thing for witches.
That's true.
So I don't know if maybe she did it like subconsciously. I don't know, but it was so funny. Like when Dottie was like, my real name is Sarah. Can my kids play with your kids, or can they be like a school bully or something? And I know that people were like, and I especially know that Isaac was disappointed because he was all over Dottie. She's a secret character. She's working with Doctor Strange.
She's Sarah. She is Sarah.
Meet Sarah.
I mean,
she has kids.
They
can be bullies.
There's probably not a single theory people had that came true. And even Dottie, who people were like, even I was like, why was she not identified by the sword? She has to be something. And she was bleeding. She had a big scene in the second episode. What the heck was that? Yeah, she's Sarah and her daughter is in the closet.
Wait, what? Wait, what? That's a whole other story that Wanda could give her kid. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, there were kids, then there were no kids, and then there were kids again. So that's what we got.
Yeah, but I mean, it's interesting. Out of all the characters that she wanted in this reality for her TV show, the kids were no go. Just my kids, and then in the Halloween episode, that's okay, but no kids at all. So it is interesting. Next question that we kind of mentioned a couple of times on this stream: where was Doctor Strange?
Oopsie.
Where was Doctor Strange?
You know what? Benedict Cumberbatch is a really like a big actor, you know, and those cost money.
True that. True.
And I find it so funny that people consider this a flaw. That Doctor Strange didn't appear because, you know, everybody, like Kevin Feige said that he will appear. Definitely, he confirmed it, but then he didn't appear.
I can understand why people not that it's a flaw. That's a dumb statement to make. But Doctor Strange is this supreme magician, whatever.
That's right.
And I think he can sense what is going on. So that's why I think it's kind of like, well, what were you doing? But maybe Doctor Strange and the Madness of Multiverse is happening at the same time, and he was dealing with something much bigger. I don't know.
Oh, that could be a great explanation. By the way, you can never nail the title. You always say it wrong.
Differently. What it is, Doctor Strange and the Madness of Multiverse.
No, in the Multiverse of Madness.
In the Multiverse of Madness. It's a too long title for me to say.
And I like the comment from Grega that the Marvel kids on the show, like, you know, if they couldn't afford kids, how are they going to afford Benedict Cumberbatch? Like, think about
and Tanya says, love this episode, but so many unanswered questions. But were they unanswered?
Yes, they were.
They were, yeah. I'm kidding.
Like, we were talking, we still don't know how Hayward was able to track Vision and all those people.
This is a plot hole. I think that is a plot hole. But I think I also find an explanation. So, Hayward was tracking Vision on the inside. But how is the question? Because we now know that Wanda didn't steal the body, but she made Vision out of herself, like out of this Infinity Stone part that she has inside of her. Yes, it sounds weird, but it is what it is. Maybe because she created vibranium,
What? Oh, yeah.
I mean, Vision is made out of the vibranium.
Yeah.
And Hayward was tracking vibranium signature. Not vision, but vibranium.
Yeah, but he was also tracking the people. You know, do you remember when Darcy was saying, like, those people aren't moving. Are they alive or something like that? So he was tracking all of them inside. I don't know. It might be the technology. It might be the technology.
Sure.
It's a very easy explanation. I mean, we have nanobots in the MCU. Of course, they can, like, heat seek all the people.
They didn't explain what cataract is, so...
Yeah.
So... Isaac says, I feel like a clown about Dottie.
You should.
Another question we already answered that we don't know. Where is Vision? Vision escaped, said bye-bye. I have too much memories now. So he is somewhere in the air, flying around and exploring the multiverse.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's gonna create the multiverse.
Yeah. How did he know she could bring people back from the dead? That's another question that we didn't get an answer to, but I think that's why I think we're gonna get more of Hayward, because he showed he knows much more about the situation that and then everybody else.
Yeah, but it also very well could be the fact that they that the Mind Stone had something to do with them both. So it could very well be that. Just
Could be that.
Yeah. So I don't think there's people were not getting Hayward back. We're not getting any backstory about him.
My prediction is we have not seen Hayward for the last time. Hayward is gonna be back. He's gonna be Mephisto.
Yeah.
And
what's the name of the actor? What is the name of the actor?
George Clooney.
oh my God, he looked so different. I had no idea. And by the way, people Hayward in 2 weeks, so and now he's gonna be in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I mean, he is the head of Hydra. If not Hydra, Shield, Sword.
Oh my God,
Sword.
This is getting out of hand.
So Sword exists. If Falcon and Winter Soldier are happening at the same time, nobody has said that Hayward is not gonna appear there. I mean, why the heck not? And he's the head of Sword. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna see Hayward is gonna be back in some way or another. Another question that we kind of already answered is Agatha coming back? Probably.
For sure. That's for sure. Yeah.
I think that the set, it has been set that we are gonna see her somewhere. With everything that she said to Wanda, that she's gonna need her help with discovering her power. So I think we're gonna see her back.
Ooh.
What was that?
Mephisto tickled me, and I liked it. No, I also heard that people were theorizing that Mordo, Chiwetel Ejiofor, had something to do with this.
Oh.
It could be like that. He will kind of bring Agatha back. That could be a theory.
I mean, he doesn't like people who use magic for no good reason.
Many sorcerers.
So
yeah, because he's most likely in the.
Oh, it's been confirmed at the Disney whatever Investor Day when they announced the cast. He was there. So. Josh Stamberg is the actor who plays Hayward. Remember the name. Remember the hashtag. Remember the name.
Oh yeah, that's the guy who was in that WandaVision show. That's what people are gonna say.
Remember the name, Josh Stamberg. He's gonna appear in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
I said it first.
Powerful thing, right? Isaac, Google is a powerful thing.
I said it first. My theory, Josh Stamberg, aka Hayward, the bitch himself, is gonna be in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Josh Stamberg is Mephisto. He's Ultron. He will play. I don't know. He's gonna be Winter Soldier.
He's gonna be everybody.
Yeah.
He's a Skrull. He can be anybody.
Oh yeah, that's.
And another question that I have: are we getting season 2?
Now,
like this moment.
nah, man, no.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Imagine just the same thing again, but with white vision.
No, but no, because I consider Doctor Strange 2 season 2 of this, if that's a sequel and a continuation of this story. So they could very well make whatever Elizabeth Olsen will be in next in the MCU, I will consider as the continuation of this story.
She's gonna be Josh Stamberg
in
Doctor Strange. She's gonna use her astral form to become Josh Stamberg.
Yeah. They're gonna recast her with him.
So no season 2. What does the chat think? Tell us in the chat.
What does the chat say?
No, maybe a movie, but not a show. Okay. Yeah, I think as well. I don't think we're getting season 2 of WandaVision. Maybe it's gonna be called Vision Wanda, so it's a different show.
Oh Jesus!
But yeah, I think that the story that we got is just the beginning of Wanda and Vision's story. I mean, and I think that even if we get WandaVision's like Wanda and Vision back together in some capacity, I don't think they're gonna call WandaVision season 2. They're gonna just call a different title. Like they're gonna say a different title. It's gonna be like, I don't know, let's say Secret Invasion, and the main stars are once again Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen. But I don't think we're getting WandaVision season 2. Even though we are getting Loki season 2. So
yeah, but that's a separate timeline,
Yeah.
you know, and they can like
multiverse.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I can't.
Grega says they're going to skip season 2 and just go straight for the third one. I think that's a good multiverse and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think that Wanda's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck season 2. I'm gonna go so forward in time. I'm gonna be in season 3, and after season 3, we're gonna get season 2. So it's gonna be prequel. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get Hayward season 1.
Josh Stenberg, remember the name. He's gonna be in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I can't. This is.
So, is the White Vision gonna face paint himself? What? Benjamin, what the heck are you talking about?
Benjamin, go to sleep.
What? What? Face paint himself?
Yeah, that he's gonna be purple.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
Nah, man. Because you know what? That White Vision looked like even more makeup for Bettany.
Yeah, probably.
Even more complicated.
Probably.
Or was it CGI? It also could be CGI.
I think it was a combination of both.
Yeah, because it did look a little blurry, like with the faces and everything.
It's gonna be like Star Wars.
Sure. Oh, you offended Mario now.
Yeah, sure. Cannot wait.
Because he doesn't have enough Star Wars.
Yeah. But imagine in Doctor Strange and the Madness of whatever, Vision appears and he's gonna be like, "You like me purple, don't you?" And he's gonna be like, with a brush and painting himself. That would be awesome. But yeah, let's score this season or WandaVision. What would you give? What would your score be for WandaVision?
For the entire show, I give it an 8.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that the pacing, if you look at the show, was a bit problematic. I think they started too slow and then they rushed a little bit. But I really like this. I really like the show. I think it was something completely new, very quirky, funny, like introducing magic into MCU. So that's fun and new. They really gave an amazing arc to Wanda becoming Scarlet Witch, having Vision becoming this new version of Vision. So that's gonna be awesome to see in the future. But I think because of a little bit underwhelming ending, a little bit, especially with the Fietro and those stuff that we already talked about, and the pacing, 8 is a fair score.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing a ranking. I don't know if people would like to see that, maybe a tier list or something.
But okay, you watch all the MCU movies like a couple of times. If you had to put WandaVision,
I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be. It would be in my top 10. I don't think.
No, I was also thinking it would be top 10, but it also wouldn't. It would be like somewhere between like 15 and 11. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Maybe when I rewatch it like all together, maybe it's gonna make. I would give it maybe a better score because you watch all the 6 hours, even though it's not even 6 hours. I think
it is. I think it is. I think it is in total 6 hours.
But I think that this weekly thing is the best thing that Marvel decided to do. I think in one way it is the best part. On the other hand, it isn't the best part just because people are then theorizing as crazy and telling us stuff that are never gonna happen, and then people get disappointed. But I think that if it's better for us as YouTube creators who do reactions for those things. Don't give me all together, like the whole season at once. No. That's too much work. So I like that.
It's like 5 hours 45 something.
Okay. Well, if you
it's 6 hours.
It's 6 hours, yeah. So 9 because it's a breath of fresh kept by Marvel. Okay.
Fresh kebab? What?
It says kept by Marvel. I think a bit of Spanish slipped into his comment.
Yeah.
Grega says Josh Stanberg out of 10. Yes. Remember the name. He's going to be back.
Funny.
But yeah. Is there anything else we have to say? Are you next week we are not gonna do a live stream about WandaVision because there's no WandaVision. We are getting a making of WandaVision.
Oh, maybe we can watch that on stream.
Maybe we can do that. Would you want to see that? Leave it in the chat.
Yeah, and we can sync it.
Yeah, and we can watch making of together. But we are not gonna do a reaction for it.
I mean, that would be the reaction.
That's kind of a reaction, but it's on live stream, but not a separate video. But
live
then
reaction.
But then afterwards, on 19th, the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier drops. We're gonna make a reaction for it. We're gonna start doing live streams again for that. We're gonna do recaps.
But you know what's gonna happen the day before, right?
Oh yeah, it's Zack Snyder. Yeah, that week is gonna be crazy because we are getting Justice League, we are getting Falcon and Winter Soldier, we are getting so many movies that I don't know how am I gonna be able to do anything else except that. But I'm very excited. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is gonna be completely different from WandaVision. It's gonna be something that we are gonna enjoy very, very much because we are huge fans of Mission Impossible, James Bond, all the spy shite that we got in the last decades.
And do you think that the fact that they moved Loki to June is the confirmation that Black Widow is keeping the release date for?
Oh yeah, I think so. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do push Black Widow like to whatever date. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Loki earlier. I
don't know. Yeah.
But I think that they are still. I mean, just yesterday, A Quiet Place was
bumped up. Yeah,
bumped up for like 4 months. So I think that. With theaters opening, especially in America, in New York and Los Angeles, I think we're gonna get much more releases earlier than we were told. So, except Fast 9, that's been delayed for a month.
9.
But yeah, very excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Stay tuned for our live stream recaps for that. We're gonna do that weekly, Friday, 8 p.m. every single Friday that it comes out. We are getting 6 episodes, if I'm right.
6 1-hour episodes, yeah.
So that's awesome. If you take away the credits, probably 50 minutes one. But
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be that, yeah.
It's gonna be
45, 50, yeah.
But I'm very excited. Cannot wait to see what's gonna happen there. Baron Zemo is back. I like the dynamic that Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan have. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of theories once again. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the implications of what happened in WandaVision maybe also happening in Falcon and Winter Soldier. These 2 shows are happening at the same time, I think. So maybe Hayward, Josh Stanberg, is gonna be there.
Of course. But you know how they say, like, Josh Stanberg cut.
What?
Release the Josh Stanberg cut.
Oh yeah, and hashtag justice for Evan Peters. Yeah.
Justice for Boner.
Justice for Boner. But yeah, do you have anything else to add? Do you have any expectations for Falcon and Winter Soldier? Do you think Captain America is gonna be in it like Chris Evans, Captain America?
No.
Even though there has been rumors that he's gonna be back, I don't think he's gonna be back so soon.
But I know it was confirmed that Don Cheadle is.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Well, he's gonna. Yeah, not very surprising that he's in it. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Thank you everybody in the chat that stayed here for 8 weeks with us talking shenanigans about WandaVision. Stay tuned.
What is shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
It's a reference to the previous episode. Don't think about it.
Okay. Stay tuned for Falcon and Winter Soldier streams as well. But that's gonna be it from us. Thank you once again. Thank you, Matisse, for being here. And we see you on the 19th, I think. Yeah, 19th. Friday, 8 p.m. Central European Time. We see you then. Bye-bye.